Hi, Beth. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you too.
Yeah, what's it been? 2 weeks since I
2
last saw you.
weeks, yeah.
Yeah? How was your morning?
It was good, hectic, with children.
Yeah.
It's hard getting everyone into the car and getting them out again.
Oh, I know that feeling.
It's very hard.
Yeah, and how's the past 2 weeks been?
Good. Children have been on school holidays.
Oh, that's
so
awesome. Yeah.
we've been going to Luna Park and playgrounds and play dates and coffee dates and...
Yeah. It's always a hectic time. Do you feel exhausted at the end?
I would rather them stay at school.
Yeah.
Because now I don't have to put so much effort into keeping them entertained every day.
Yeah, it gets a bit like that, doesn't it?
Just pop a movie on Frozen. They're obsessed with that right now.
It's all my children. It's just something about it. But you know what? It's a good movie. I can sit there and go, yep, I'll watch it with you.
I don't get it. Like, the Disney movies from our generation were so different.
Yeah.
Like, Frozen, anyways.
Yeah, Lion King was my movie.
Peter Pan was mine.
Oh,
I really like
there you
Peter
go.
Pan.
Yeah. All right. So, as you know, Jasmine's progressed to stage 2 of the Litcombe program, which is an awesome achievement in itself.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in terms of today's setup, it's a little bit different. So what I'll do, did you remember to bring your SR chart in with you?
I did,
Oh,
yes.
great. That's fantastic. So what we'll do is we'll go through that. I'll get an idea of what her severity ratings have been like over the past 2 weeks. Sure. And then what we can do is we can have a discussion about what her stuttering has been like. Anything that has arisen that you want to say to me or mention would be fantastic. Yep. And then what we can do is I can come up with some recommendations.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You can give me some ideas and we can go back and forth and see how we can go forth into the next coming weeks as well. How does that sound?
I'd love that.
Yeah?
I need a bit of direction at the moment.
Yeah.
So it'd be really good.
Oh, good. Okay. So what I'll do, is I'll get out, you got your chart there?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
So do you want to go from the next time we met?
Yep. So she was a 0.
Yep.
And then she was a 0 again.
Mm-hmm.
And then a 0
on the Monday, yep.
Mm-hmm. But then she jumped up to a 1.
Okay, yep.
And then she was a 1 again.
Yep. So that was on the Wednesday, yep.
And then she jumped up to a 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then back down to a 1. And then up to a 2.
Okay.
Down to a 1.
Mm-hmm.
A 1 again. Then she was a 0.
Yep.
And then she goes to a 1.
Mm-hmm.
And a 2, finally.
Okay. And we established today that she was a 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Beth, what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing a lot more 1s than 0s and a couple of 2s in there, especially seems like on Thursdays as well. Okay. So what that constitutes is a relapse. Don't be concerned because it's just early stages.
Yeah.
So we can come up with some recommendations of why this may be happening as well. So as you know, to progress into stage 2 of the Litcombe program, you need to be getting more 0s than 1s, and we don't want any 2s at all.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have any ideas about what might be happening on Thursdays or what might constitute this increase in score? Okay, Beth. So obviously, we're not quite sure really what's happening, but it has been school holidays the past 2 weeks, as you've mentioned. And it seems to me like we're not really sure what's happening on Thursdays, but it seems like the environments you're describing to me seem quite excitable environments. Would you agree?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And also, it seems towards the end of the holidays, do you find that she gets more fatigued? She seems to be more fatigued as well.
She could maybe be stressed that she's going back to school.
Yeah.
There are so many reasons.
Yeah. And also you mentioned that you're not feeling as confident in your execution of the verbal contingencies.
Yeah.
Now, that might just be that it's been 2 weeks between when you've been coming to the clinic. You've been coming to the clinic so long now, every week, that it can put you off a little bit, and you're not sure, was that a stutter? I don't want to say, which we can restore that.
And we've had like those in-house practice sessions that I feel like to me really helped me with my confidence and just understanding what was an ambiguity stutter or what was a stutter. So I think just having your guidance was really helpful.
Yeah.
And then it's just went away for 2 weeks, and it was just a bit overwhelming at times, I guess.
Yeah. And look, you know what? We hear parents all the time say to us how anxious provoking this time can be going into stage 2 of the Litcombe program, because you get those increasing intervals and you're slowly weaned off from us, and it becomes just you and Jasmine, and soon it will just be Jasmine. So
yeah, I just feel like it's a really major transition period at the moment, and I'm just having a bit of stress and anxiety around it because I don't want to fail Jasmine.
No, absolutely, no, you don't. And as I've said on numerous occasions, I'm just here to be your coach, and you've done an awesome job at being a therapist thus far. So
thank you.
Yeah, and also you mentioned that in terms of your severity ratings, you're not doing them every day. So it'll get to Thursday and you'll be like, okay, what was it on Tuesday?
Yeah.
So in terms of severity ratings, we want to be really consistent
and
make sure we do them every single day.
I think that the time just slips away,
Absolutely, and it does. And, we all lead busy lives, so that's okay.
I'll really take that on board.
Yeah.
I'll set a time every night, I think maybe after dinner.
Yeah. And
just think back to the day
and
see.
So that leads me to my next point in terms of recommendations. So we have seen this this breakdown, we have seen this relapse happen.
Yeah.
So look, I still feel confident that it is just the early stages of the second stage. So I believe that we continue with the second part of the LITCOM program and we return to the clinic in 2 weeks. How do you feel about that?
I feel good. This conversation made me feel a lot better about myself. I think I just have to remember, like at the first stage of the LITCOM program and just get more confident in my execution skills with Jasmine.
Absolutely.
And
So look, there's research to support this, that relapse can be restored by resuming treatment session and increasing those verbal contingencies as well. So I have confidence that we can progress with stage 2 of the program and come back in 2 weeks' time.
So in 2 weeks, I need to come back.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that leads me into the next point in terms of what I want you to do is continue with that mostly natural conversation that you've been doing with Jasmine. But I really want you to target to have targeted practice sessions on Thursdays. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds great. Really
so for the next 2 Thursdays, take 10 to 15 minutes out of the day and do the targeted practice sessions, and then using the verbal contingencies that we've put in place for bumpy speech, including requests for self-correction and acknowledgement, and use those. How does that sound?
I think that's achievable.
Yeah.
Like, I can always do natural conversation just in the car type thing. So I think I can do that.
Yeah. And look, we say this to parents as well, that in terms of, you have to remember that usually your child has stuttered for as long as longer than they have been fluent.
Yes.
So what would be easier for Jasmine to do? Go back to stuttering, wouldn't it? So we just need to be really diligent and be on top of those verbal contingencies and just constantly making sure that Jasmine's, constantly thinking and evaluating her speech. And look, you know what? Some kids just need that constant feedback. I know as a student speech pathologist, I need that constant feedback. Was I going in the right direction? Wasn't I going in the right direction?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, okay. So in terms of the severity ratings, what I would recommend is that you do it every day for the next 2 weeks leading up into our next session. Now, I've told a lot of parents this, who've had trouble doing it every day, is setting a reminder on your phone.
Oh, yeah.
And so the reminder comes up, okay, what is it today? Put it in. So maybe there's a specific time in the day that really suits you, it's your down period, set an alarm, and you'll be right to go. If that doesn't work, maybe even pop the charts up on the fridge so you're constantly aware of them as well.
Like when I'm cooking dinner or something.
Yeah. And see how they go. If those recommendations don't work, we can come back next week and see what we can do otherwise.
Oh,
okay?
yeah, perfect. So next week's an option as well.
Yeah.
All right, great.
Yeah. All right. So I've talked a lot today, Beth.
Yes.
So do you have any questions?
Yeah, I do actually. It's been on my mind for a while, especially since this past 2 weeks. But do a lot of kids fail this program?
Yep. So we know a lot of kids that do fail at stage 2 of the program, and research has shown that at least 50% of children fail to meet treatment targets at least once during the stage of the program. And as I've said, you're probably sick of me saying this, that stuttering is a relapse-prone disorder, and we just need to be diligent.
Yeah.
And you know what? You can achieve if you continue to use the skills that I've put in place for you, and you've done an excellent job thus far. So they just continue to be used. And because not only will Jasmine see the reward of speaking fluently, you will see the reward of fixing your child's stutter. How does that sound?
That sounds very inspiring.
Yeah. So we'll finish up today. So, in 2 weeks' time, we'll come back.
Yep.
And look, if you have any questions or you want your confidence to be reassured, just give me a call and we can go through the verbal contingencies again.
Yeah, sure. I'd love that.
Okay, great. Thank you.